Linux is that as you learn it, you're pretty much guaranteed to shoot yourself in the foot because there's like no trash can if you're coming from Windows. When you delete something, it's just gone. Or if you mess up the permissions on something, you can just never read it. Or if you screw up your file system, it's just gone. Like there's nothing you can do. How do I slice an apple with a knife? Why would you want to do that? It wasn't designed for that. Use the apple core. It's like, okay, but I want to use this. All signals are handled in the main thread. You're compiling Chromium because an update in Ubuntu broke some snap package compatibility. That is super annoying. It's an intersection of so many things. Like when you run into a bug that happens at the intersection of like Chromium, Ubuntu, and some random snap package, that's when it's going to be hard to debug. And an odd device. I had to compile Clang because, surprise, Google has their own. Yeah, Google does that. Only update on Friday nights. That's probably a good idea. Got an ARM64 disk. I actually work at Google. And yeah, we do a lot of stuff on our own. Well, this says that it'll exit on SIG-Hub. SIGTERM and SIG-Hub. Oh my gosh. They had to file a bug to Python. Finally about Linux is everything is free. What in the soul world to use Linux? You have to give your right arm and leg, literally. Yeah. Do you have to give up your free time? I switched to Google's Home because Ubuntu people insist on Snap. Gotcha. I'd rather Google spy on me than use that BS. Yeah, it seems like everyone hates Snap. I do hate it, to be fair. But again, I used apt for a long time. The Snap is well protected and does not let you save files anywhere you want. Yeah. It's like part of my issue with Snap is that it just didn't work when I tried to use it. I tried to install something with Snap and I just couldn't use it. I guess there's prompt toolkit, although I don't even know how that's used. But besides that, I don't know how to give the shell a SIG-Hub. I guess I can give the thread a SIG-Hub. Kernels just support different compression. Interesting. Ultimately, your free time is better used in Linux. Mind bending gives you the avatar gift. Like the avatar is a gift Linux gives you. That's true. Yeah, I would definitely take the level of flexibility and extensibility that Linux offers you over something safe like Mac or Windows. Not a snap itself. For Chromium, they set some flag that you can't override, which makes a virtual FS overlay for the process and no access to the real file system. No way to save files. Oh. So does that mean you can't download files? Because that seems really bad. Okay, I'm gonna see how to give a thread a signal. Yep, dang. That seems really bad. How do I do it? How? 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 Oh. How? How? Oh my gosh. Using traces. Getting blue screen of deaths every 1 to 4 days in Windows for the last 2 months. Yeah, that's rough. I remember those days back when I used Windows more. Actually, yeah, I'm streaming off of Windows. But like the only thing I do with it is stream. Because setting up OBS on Linux had some random issue. And the issue was so annoying that I got another computer and ran Windows on it. Yeah. There is a T1.kill. That was God when I logged into Linux. My computer's broke. Once upon a time, ordered a free Ubuntu DVD. Interesting. Found an old box at the new place I moved in. Ubuntu was snappy on the box, and I played endless on free things. Nice. And never used it previously. I switched to Linux in high school. And then I tried to dual boot, but I broke my Windows partition somehow. And then I had to use it. Because yeah, my Windows partition was broken. Then I got really good at it. Start, run, join, name, set name, ident, native ID, is alive, daemon. You can't even signal to it. There are events. Although that's not what this is using. Exact thing happened to you? Yeah. Windows partition broke because of GPT partitioning or something. Yep. That'll do it. Good old GPT. Windows wanted its own MBR and so did Linux. Windows is more aggressive about wanting its own. It wants to like control the MBR, and then it wants you to boot into Windows and from there boot into Linux. I tried to dual boot for a little while on the setup I have now, and I got so annoyed that I ended up just getting a different computer. Old Linux Windows raffle coptering at the MBR BS. Yeah, the MBR is the old thing now. Now you're supposed to use the GPT. Yeah. Any dual boot you now have on dedicated drives? Yeah. That's much nicer. Or soon you're going to switch to dedicated computers. Okay, I have no idea how to kill this shell. Literally no idea. I'll probably have to read the source or something stupid like that. I wonder if I can write to its standard in. That'd be really janky if I did like shell.stdn.write exit. If you could do something like this, which I made that line up. I don't know if you can actually do that. Why does it have this kill though, if that's not a real... Oh, kill is a method that was implemented here. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that won't help. UEFI really gets to talk to you, that's true. Bring back mainframes. And the failing of screens and keyboards and mouses on the same computer. I feel like that would be hella slow. It'd be like streaming to 5 different laptops or whatever. Like the screen and the graphics and the YouTube, like, okay, maybe I can get a handle on the standard in. Okay, maybe I can get a handle on the standard in. It'd be fast. Well, if you say so. I guess I'm skeptical. Standard not implemented. Simple prompt. This really isn't giving me anything. This is such a small thing comparably. 1 to 2K per computer, so 5 people, 10K computer, and that would of course be fast enough for a household unless Apple built it. Well, whatever the computer is that they use to interface with it, which would be a really small one, just like a Chromebook or something, you'd have to factor in that cost too. But then, like, it's the edge cases that'll get you. Like, you can't bring it with you like you can with a laptop. Unless you did, like, SSH with X forwarding or something insane like that. But I think that's kind of slow too. When Linus Tech Tips did it, how did that turn out? I feel like I just don't know enough about IPython. Like, is there a way to programmatically interface with it? IPython programmatically run command. Smart houses of the future will be powered by this technology. Also run off the mainframes too. Okay. So like one thing, like you won't need a mainframe anymore. Like at the point where you have a mainframe, you'd probably have like, well, you won't have a mainframe because just that amount of computation can be stored in a much smaller computer now. But if you get just like a really good central server, then that would make sense for like running all of your smart devices. For like something IoT related, yeah. I think that I wired over fiber. Okay, that's kind of different. But I could be misremembering as wired. Seemingly work pretty well. If it's wired, I could totally see that working. I think this is what I want. Programmatically read and execute cells, I think. Get IPython. If I had a handle on the shell, manual capture of command output. Why am I using IPython? I could just use the shell module, I think. Built-in magic commands. No, these aren't what I want. What does Internet of Things mean? Internet of Things is sort of a catch-all term for the concept of having these small devices that run computers on them. We need smart house gear. It's about that time to dig into God's magic bag. So like, yeah, fridges with TVs. But like fridges, embedded devices, Raspberry Pis, pretty much putting computers in like everything. Yeah, smart light bulbs. Like what I have. What was I even looking at? It was like embedded. There's a kill embedded, I guess. Although that's a class. Oh, this is what embedded. There's a kill embedded, I guess. Although that's a class. Oh, this is what it was. Interactive shell embed. Monitor and keyboard and mouse. That plug into a powerful cluster and powerful personal computing via extreme. How does that will actually power the house via the cluster, like an iRobot, the mainframe of the headquarters that built the robots. It's like an electricity grid you can plug into, but for computer systems instead of electricity. I mean, that could totally work. Yeah, if you like wired it all and you had a bunch of like portable monitors, you could do that. It reminds me of Google Stadia, which everyone on Twitch hates. Where they like run their games on these big virtual machines and other people shell into it. I'm gonna see if I can find the source code for interactive shell embed. Maybe. Nope. Came with the state like 15 years ago. I've approved, but it's locked in a game forum server. Google wasn't the first person to do it, though. There was xCloud, and that was already there. Why can't I just find the IPython repo? Terrible concept because infrastructure isn't anywhere near ready for it to be mass consumer ready. That could be true. I don't think graphics computation via servers. Gotcha. GeForce Now before Stadia? I'm almost certain it was. I was mad at my cheap computers not being able to facilitate graphics power necessary to play games. I totally feel that. The reason I started getting into that is because in college, I used laptops that I like built from parts that I found, and those weren't very good. And so I wanted to run it all from a server that I just either SSH'd or did X forwarding to contact. Way better than consoles. SteamOS probably. The thing about gamers is that a lot of people really get a kick out of getting that best possible performance. And so, like, they don't want any of the lag from streaming. Computation power is limited, meaning next-gen games can be made on those platforms. Gotcha. PS5, you have 16 games to RAM and shaky computational power. Yeah, I don't know if consoles make sense anymore in 2021. About next-gen games. Gotcha. There has to be a way to kill this, right? So it must be running main loop. So it's going to check the namespace, the display banner. Load the namespace into the frame. Don't know what this is doing. Latency, not lag on Stadia and whatnot, it's pretty bad. Not terrible, but not great. Being able to talk to NPCs verbally, gotcha. Yeah, Stadia, I think it's a step in the right direction for sure. But early on, of course, they're going to make a lot of mistakes. And the latency does make it pretty hard. I was pretty surprised. You can run Celeste on Google Stadia and it like works pretty decently. And Celeste, if you don't know, it's a pretty popular game. It takes like really tight timing to do a lot of the tricks. So I was pretty impressed that you could run it on Stadia and not like just die immediately. Just die immediately. I'm going to have to... I wonder if I can get the file where IPython is running. Or maybe if I break here, I think that won't break everything. Still proud that Notch actually speaks to me on Twitter. I feel like I should know who Notch is, but I don't. Going over your 2-hour stream load today, by the way. Yeah, I got a big raid, so that helped. Also, I ran into this really dumb error. I thought this error wouldn't be as hard to fix as... Well, it's not an error, but this problem wouldn't be as hard to fix as it turned out to be. But I'm trying to turn down this terminal with a reference to the terminal. And I don't know if it's really possible. Duck game is conversation being obsessed with UFOs and robots and AI/math. Other than the UFOs, that seems like pretty common stuff. If you're too into UFOs, that could make people wonder, I guess. So it's this main loop function that does all the text processing. How do I stop that? Can I quit this or did I? Oh, I guess that worked. And then it just exits after that. What was the file for that? Everyone's scared to talk to me nowadays, which is fine, as that my time is freed up from dorky grapevine convo. That's fair. So this, yeah, this is the code I was looking at before. Self.interact. Then once it finishes, it purges the local namespace and stuff. And with self.builtin trap and self.display trap, it calls this self-interact, which I don't know where that's defined. The MRC seems high tech. It's, yeah, that's fair. A fair description. Do you use Python to optimize runtime in production? I think so. I'm pretty sure Manim, which is what I'm running on, or which I'm working on, uses plugins that use Python. But it isn't my focus to use Python. Too fancy to me, I'm still figuring out how to get my NeoVim plugins to work. It takes some getting used to, for sure. Python is hypothetical work. Not for Manim itself. Okay. He probably knows better than me. Interactive shell.py. If I end up finding a solution, somewhere deep in the source code like this, I don't know if it'll be that helpful. I read how a wizard said let snake have a language. Gotcha. True. My friends think I'm crazy for using it to write up my homework instead of just using overleaf. When I was in college, I knew a lot of people who were like, they had a them and latte of just using overleaf. When I was in college, I knew a lot of people who were like, they had a them and latex setup that would hot reload, and it was very fast. It was like, I don't know if it was as fast as writing, but if not, it was very close and it had a much nicer result. So it goes into this while loop pretty much. Self.keep running. You know, it does this prompt for code. Prompt for code. And this is probably going to block. So anything that any signal or whatever that any data that I pass to this code won't be read if it's blocking on prompt for code. Dang. Yeah, I don't know if there's an easy way to do this. I want a way to just crush the thread. Friends think I'm nitty or doing my school work off an iPad and never print a single thing. I had a friend who used only an iPad and like took notes on that. Corresponding through email and DLing homework and doing it right on the iPad. Not showing up to class never seemed so easy. That's what the classroom never reads the best tutor, the textbook. The iPad is genius. It is very nice. And I can say that as someone who doesn't like Mac stuff or Apple products in general very much. They do get a lot right from the end user's perspective. Okay, I don't know how to do this. I'm probably gonna have to wing something. I'm not sure what it would take. But I don't think signaling something to this shell or the thread that's running it will be much help, unfortunately. I wonder what the shell... Yeah, okay. I wonder if this returns anything. Oh, probably not, since it's an interactive shell embed. Steve Jobs was a mother. Okay. What is literally simultaneous the future and the present? True. Textbooks almost useful for probability class. It really should be more useful and it isn't with the direction the course is taken. Yeah, textbooks are should be going the way of the dodo. Hopefully they should be replaced by electronic materials pretty soon. At least for more well-off schools, and I understand that a lot of schools won't be able to afford doing a technological solution. But hopefully some schools will start moving that direction. Okay, I don't know how to kill this shell. I've been streaming for around 4 hours now, which is way more than I usually do. So I'm gonna try to raid someone, since I actually have enough people to raid, which is kind of crazy for me. Otherworldly, thanks so much. Okay, let's try to find someone who's programming. And someone smallish, hopefully. This person has 14. Someone with 9. I think this is a good one to choose. Creative null. And he speaks English. Since I have accidentally rated people who don't speak English before. If they can afford $1,000 worth of library subscriptions, they can probably switch to electronic books. True. Well, it's less about the school. And it'd be like that cost would be offset onto the students. And so it's like the students would have to afford that. It's probably the same logic though, especially since textbooks are overpriced so much. They can probably afford like an Android tablet at least. Honestly, like textbooks, I just don't like publishing companies. Gotcha. An Android tablet at least. Honestly, like textbooks, I just don't like publishing companies. Gotcha. Okay. I hope he's not finishing or something. So, cool. So you can say hi to him. And then hopefully some of you guys I will see in a new stream. Oh, I have to click the button. Mhm. 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 Mhm.
this? Oh, mathematical animations. Okay. Interesting. As demonstrated by 3P. Oh, this is 20 minutes long. Don't worry, I have friends that work at GitHub. I've asked them to. Oh my god. If anyone's more interested, yeah. I watched that guy on YouTube. Oh, nice. Quantum mechanics. Yo, this is actually really nice.